Look at his smug little face, everybody. Look at him. Little beetroot man up there. So smug, so happy with himself. For
It's just who's going to break first and make the noise.
two seasons and 16 episodes, and he finally didn't talk through the intro. How good is that? See, there's
I was waiting for
progress.
Dan to say something. Come on.
If nothing else, we've lost. No, we've now even lost our consistency. So, thank you for joining us. We're here,
Might as well do
season
that.
2, episode 16 of Vaybaba. We're joined by Cobbs up there, whose cam is broken, so he's that lovely whatever you see there. Say hi, Cobbs.
Hi, Cobbs.
Hi, Cobbs. We've got Cat and Dan face over that way.
Hi.
Not sure what's going on
Hi,
there.
Cobbs.
And Asepatenissus down in your bottom right as Lily.
Hello.
And I am Goldie Branch playing as Logan. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to pass you over to Captain Gingerbeard, our DM up top, and he's going to give you a recap and set the scene.
Yo. Yes, we are back, as Steve just said. Hopefully, we're back every week with you now, pending no further internet gremlins.
Yeah, we've had new internet, new cables, new company, everything. So we should be good now.
Cool. Well, with that, obviously now episode 15, you guys following us, watching us, couldn't be involved in that. So apologies for that. We did continue, however, playing that evening. We just recorded it separately. So if you haven't already seen it, it is on Spotify, on YouTube. And there's also the podcast version. Pretty much wherever you get your podcast now, because I've made it global, I suppose you might call it.
Globe.
Well, universal. I don't know. It's everywhere. I've just submitted it to all. More exactly those things. All those things. But if you haven't had a chance to catch up with it just yet, and you're wondering what happened, slightly more in depth recap for you here. So here we go. Upon defeating the dragon, our band of heroes speak with Lord Calastro. Upon turning his nose up once more at the plight of the Swamp Elves and reaffirming that he lacks the manpower to help retake Atlantalos, as the entire fighting force left behind to defend the fleeing citizens. The Swamp Elves had spoken amongst themselves and stepped forward to offer what they could. They aren't a martial type, but they're able-bodied. But they're not a martial type, but the able-bodied were willing to come together to create a Hapdash militia to march north with a party to aid the cause. These conversations left Logan feeling angry, and he'd vowed to take over lordship of Atlantalos. While in the bullywug town of Puddleton, Keenan threw a potato in the magic fountain, which subsequently became sentient. Lily has now befriended this potato with the goal of learning all she can about potato society. Wolfer had a series of his own conversations while in the swamp. First, in a dream, following a party thrown by the Swamp Elves in celebration of their victories, he conversed with Xenanaton, who showed him visions of what Atlantalos had become, and offered him aid in the retaking of the city and the rescue of his family, but not without his own consequences. He also spoke with the spirit of the Black Dragon, who sadly could not offer any helpful information, but wished now for his spirit to find peace with Tiamat. And finally, for Wolfer, the party were keen to press on, but were very aware they needed to redirect Harriet Gloryweaver, who would be none the wiser they had moved on. In a further communication with Xenanaton, Wolfer was granted the spell Dream, but the promise he would have to repay this with a worthy sacrifice. Upon their first night of travel out of the swamp and heading north to Castleview, Wolfer cast Dream on Harriet, assuming the form of Logan to inform her they had started moving and she should change course to meet them. She was surprised by this news, but not nearly as surprised as Wolfer was to discover she called him brother. After a few days' travel north, they passed the familiar sights of King's Lake and shortly after arrived at the walled city of Castleview. The main road continues on through the city to the North Gate and then beyond the city continuing north to the coast. As such, any well-armed travellers are expected to have a chaperone escort them through to avoid troublemakers, and those intending to stay must stow their weapons, although the guard wouldn't deny them a small knife protection as the city does have crime problems. After some back and forth with the guard, Lily, using some magic, was able to intimidate the guard to let them in where weapons pass. Now, we had a slight retcon. I put a slight retcon in. By the time we got to that point, because we played for quite a long time, I think we got close to midnight, we were all a bit tired. I certainly was tired. and I didn't quite plan out the various points of how a conversation might go. I usually give myself bullet points. So just to retcon what some of the conversation that happened there. Let me have a look. So it would have gone that you can't take big weapons in the city if you're staying, e.g., swords, bows, hammers, etc., which is what we discussed at the time. If you're passing through as all travellers, you'll be taken through with a chaperone to minimise trouble. For those willing to pay some coin, a pass can be provided along the lines like something, I'm just passing through from gate A to B, but there wasn't a chaperone available, signed by guard X. I think he was called fucking Gerald or something like that. I can't remember what his name was now.
Gerald.
It's a weird name.
It was something like that, yeah. Or of course the other option they could take, there was a track that led east around the walls of the city and would rejoin on the northern side, a couple of miles around, well, several miles around. In fact, it's a large city. So yeah, just summing up, you can't take big weapons in. They need to be stored with the gate guards, and that's it, really. So that is where we got to. Big recap, a lot happened, a big RP session. But yes, the party, you guys, you are now entering Castleview. It is incredibly urbanized. Imagine walking down any of the main streets of London or any big city in the UK here. Huge, tall buildings, lots of them, just urban sprawl, people everywhere, horses and carts and muck and debris, barrels, crates, everything you can imagine of urban sprawl. Yes.
That picture you sent me, are we entering it from the north or the south?
So the city, you are coming in from the south.
The south. Okay, so we're coming from down
Yar.
here, guys. Anyone watching? That's the
I'm not on the
layout of
stream,
city.
so I can't see.
That's no problem.
I can't see the map, but if you have it up on display at the moment, it's not to scale. I've just made a quick map on Incarnate. It's big. Just imagine, just like I said, just big London or something like that. It's just a huge city. It's not to scale. It's just a representation of where the main landmarks might be, basically. And from here, with people shouting from maybe market stalls or just traders on the side of the road, you are free to explore the city as you feel you want to. I leave it entirely up to you. Your goal.
So where exactly are we heading then, chaps? We want to speak to someone in charge, right?
We do. We have this guy with us.
No, you don't.
Do we not? Oh no, we paid him a bribe, didn't we, to get
No,
him
no.
with
Yeah,
ourselves?
Lily intimidated the gate guards, and they gave you one of these passes,
Weapon pass. Thing.
in inverted commas, to allow you to roam with your weapons. So you don't have a chaperone. And of course, like I said, the main goal here really is you just need to try and raise an army to go north to Atlantalos. You have the Swamp Elves, who are several days out, but going to meet you at King's Lake. And just as a reminder, Harriet is a few days behind you as well, but she's heading this way.
I would say we should start where all great things start and go to the pub.
Yeah,
Cool.
I agree.
The question would be, do you want to go to the nearest pub, or do you want to go asking around about pubs?
We can have a look around and see what we like.
Okay.
I wouldn't
I've got
mind
several
going
pubs in
somewhere
this place.
with a bit of bet, if you don't mind.
A bit of what, sorry?
Bit somewhere with a much better reputation than we're used to. We've slept in a lot of hovels lately, and sort of
that
grinding on.
getting a bit
Crowded.
I swear it's smaller than I was when I was a Warforged.
Smaller on the inside.
It's a
I
reverse
do it on
TARDIS.
purpose to make you feel chubby.
Yeah, Yeah, so if we were to grab a local and ask what places there are to sort of eat and drink in the town, what would we get?
Yeah. Right, so just grabbing someone off the street. Right there, yeah. Well, basically, you got there's a couple of pubs really. I mean, there's several pubs, but the most notable ones I could tell you about. You've got the Gleaming Pony. Oh, that's a right fancy place that is. Bit of a it's what they call. It's a new thing. It's called a hotel. It's got a pub attached to it now. Quite interesting, with lots and lots of places to sleep in there. Very big building, but very upper class. Then you've got there's the other one. What? Let me just see now. You start scratching it. Oh, this is the one I like to go. Oh my god, I've lost the accent now. All of a sudden, the one I like to go. Oh god, I can't do it now. I've got to get myself back
Is that
into
what
it.
Brummies do when they wake up in the morning? They start speaking normal and go, oh, wait.
Oh, I've lost the
Sets
accent.
them
This
off
has
for the
gone
day.
off the top of my head. The Frowning Star. That's where I like to go. Bit lower class though, but working class. Or you got the Mysterious Wolf. Bit quiet in there. Not many people go in. I mean, the
Mysterious.
other one a lot of people talk about in the town is the Howling Spirit. But well, I wouldn't go in
Why do
there
they
if I
talk
were
about
you.
it in a bad way?
Yeah, it's a bit of a front for criminal activities. The
Oh,
wrong sort go in there.
oh my god! Surprised it didn't have an accent.
Oh my, what? That was the loudest thing I've ever heard in all my life.
That's
Jesus
how you feel.
fucking Christ.
Well, it's called the Howling Spirit.
Don't try and cover this up. There's nothing you can do. And what's worse is you light up green when it's your noise. Oh.
Oh no, hello.
Well, Mike has literally just shit himself on stream.
You've broken him. It's gone into that high pitched laugh.
Okay.
It's you lot make it worse.
It was the wrong moment. It was perfectly quiet. And we're all got the mind of a 12-year-old.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ. I forgot the name of the pub I was going to suggest now. The posh one. But we should certainly check out
The Gleaming Pony. The
Yeah.
Gleaming
It
Pony.
might be worth going there to
I was thinking with the blonde unicorn.
It might be worth going there to get something worthwhile to eat rather than the swill we're used to, and then check out some of the other places. A criminal sort of possible underworld front place may have some connections and whispers we don't know about. Maybe even ways to get messages and things.
That's true.
But I'd certainly like decent
We
food.
could even see if we can rustle up some kind of militia or
It's
people
possible.
that
If
have a
if they're
conscience.
deep, if they
I mean, there's one
are that
thing you can definitely
unscrupulous
tell
that
the
they work for
locals
money.
definitely shit themselves about speaking about it.
I mean, if they're going to sell themselves for money, we have a little money.
Also, maybe if we go first to the boss place, it might be a good idea maybe to get a room there and, I don't know, like dress up a little bit and then see if we can make any friends. Not friends, but if we meet the upper class people from this city, and then we can, like, it might make it easier if we get to know them. It might make it easier also to be able to talk to whoever is responsible here.
What?
For those of you who are listening to this on the podcast, I would like to just point out that one of our lovely players has just spent actual points to ban an action, and they have chosen to ban Mike's farts.
I need to get on the chat. I've got to get on the chat.
Jesus Christ. Right. Composed now. I've no idea what we're doing, but I need food.
Yeah, I don't think we actually spoke about what the time was either when you arrived here. So I'm going to say it's probably about lunchtime. I didn't actually state what it was.
Walther, what do you think?
I'm quite happy to be
So-
guided by the party. I had quite an exhausting night's sleep last night. I don't quite know. Yeah,
Well, I think it would certainly help you as well then to get a stiff drink and some good food.
lead away, lead away.
You would
I
have,
could use
I'm sure,
ploughmans.
asked for. I'm sure you would have probably asked for directions from the farting man. And so you sort of follow them, and it takes you off. I mean, bloody hell, where's my map? Deep into the city, deep into the city, way up the main street, into what's known as Parliament Square, and you head into a district. Lots of shops, shop fronts, not markets, but shops. Again, tall buildings, perhaps flats above them, that sort of thing. And you come to this very grand building, very grand, tall. You see windows going up to it probably about 15 floors. It's huge, and it looks very dull though from the outside. It is just a very blocky building. You go in and you make your way in, and you see people very, very well dressed. So you lot stand out because you're probably wearing dirty clothes by now. You've been on the road,
Oh,
been
I'm
on
wearing
horses.
the finest shining
Been in a
red
swamp.
dragon scale armor.
But you'd be dirtied at least. You're certainly not wearing the finest clothes that they are.
No.
And as you enter, a very snooty-looking man with a monocle walks over to this podium where you enter the doorway. Oh, good afternoon. Have you got a reservation with us?
You're not from these parts, are you?
No, I hail from an entirely different town.
You don't sound like the rest of them, that's all.
Oh no, the common folk here. No, I don't sound like anything like them. Now, have you got a reservation, please, sir?
Good afternoon, good man.
Good afternoon, my lady.
We are travelers. We just arrived into the city and we don't have a reservation, but we would like to see in your rooms so we can get ready and clean ourselves, because you can understand after so many days on the road, you need, like I need desperately a nice bath and then a nice meal into your beautiful restaurant, and you actually come highly recommended. We have
Yeah.
asked around.
Just wash this filth off of us.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, I can just check my notes here, and he looks into this huge book. I do have a few rooms available. If you have the coin, of course. They are rather expensive, yeah.
The money's no issue, good sir.
Oh, good.
We
Well, in
simply
that
need
case,
to bathe.
well, do you have fine clothing? Certainly looks at Logan. You certainly can't wear such items as that in here. And we certainly don't appreciate bringing weapons into our establishment. So do you have any fine clothes?
We do.
If not, we can provide you with clothes.
Oh, they can provide us with clothes.
I myself do
Oh
have
yes, we're
fine
very posh here.
clothes, but I can't speak
Well,
for the
good sir,
others.
it is quite actually. This great catastrophe befell us when we were defending the honor of the town out in the wild, and many of our clothes were lost at that time. If you could lend us some, that would be greatly appreciated.
Oh, that is awful. Well, I can provide you 2 fantastic suites. You can share a room, so 2 in one, 2 in the other. It is 500 gold per night, per person. Meals aren't included in this price, and of course your fine clothes would be included in this price. We do ask that you leave them in the room to be washed in case any other, travelers come in and require our services. But you are more than welcome to wear what is in the rooms. So at a price, if you'd like to regale my palm with 2,000 gold pieces, you may take up residence here.
Well,
I
I myself
just look
carry
at
my
you
own
guys.
fine clothes and would merely like a room for a bath.
Well, the rooms are 500 gold pieces per person per night.
I'm going to send by the rings. I think you might have chosen the wrong place to stay.
Of course,
Put it
if
on my
you
tab, I'll
require
pay on the
time
way
to
out.
think, I'm afraid, sir, we do not run credit for unknown individuals. If you would like to, you may partake of a drink in the bar and discuss your plans further. If you would like to have a room, then I can certainly provide you with one.
Well, that sounds marvelous. We'll have a drink and discuss the matter. We'll be back soon. Jesus Christ, guys!
I only have 25 gold. I have fine
You,
clothes, but I don't have
he
gold.
he sort of gestures to another double doorway, and you go through it, and there's this room, marble floor, red carpet, chairs like wingbacks around small tables. Again, people in very posh-looking clothes. A huge sweeping bar with all these tonics and spirits on the back shelf, wine casks, all that sort of thing, and a woman behind the bar, very dainty, very smart looking. But she wears, rather than a dress or anything like that, she's wearing a shirt. Well, you might see in any hotel bar, really, a woman wearing a shirt. And she sort of eyes you up as you enter the room. She says, hello, can I help you?
I will have a glass of your finest tap water, please.
The same.
Okay,
The same, please.
no problem. And for you, sir, looking at Keenan.
I'm parched. I think I'll partake in the water myself. If perhaps, do you have ice at all? I know it's rare.
I'm afraid we don't. No, I don't have any ice.
No.
Um,
Well,
sorry.
perhaps my good
Well,
friend here could turn some water into ice for us.
oh, that'd be
Offer?
marvelous. That'd be brilliant. And for the gentleman, what would you like?
I am quite satisfied as I am, thank you.
Okay. So that's 3 waters coming up. And she disappears off, and she comes out with she produces 3 glasses on the bar and a jug of water, and just looks at you. Anything else?
We are good for now. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well,
Well, perhaps actually, before you go, could you perhaps direct us to who leads this town, who's in charge? The mayor, perhaps.
oh, we don't have a mayor here. No, Lord Taylor is in charge of the town, but he's a very busy man. You
I'm
won't get an
sure,
audience
yes.
with him if that's what you're expecting. The only way
Oh
you get an
no, of
audience with
course.
him is to go to a council meeting.
A council, and is there one of those soon?
I don't know, to be honest. You just know the notices go up around the city that a meeting of the council is happening, and the public are invited to attend.
Okay. And where might we find him outside of these meetings?
Well, you won't. He's in the Parliament buildings, and you can't get in there. Not without an
Where are they?
invitation.
I simply must
Right
look
in the
upon them.
centre.
You see.
Oh, I see. Yes, they're right in the centre of town. It's that rather large, grandioso building.
Okay, fabulous.
Would you be
Wonderful.
willing to perhaps strike a bargain of having the exotics of ice available for your patrons for a night in exchange for some other drinks?
Oh, I don't think I can do that. No. Oh no, heavens no! The boss would he would Have I guts for garters, as they say?
I don't think you would if you were making more profit than usual.
Yes, but I can't give you free drinks, you see, that's the problem.
It wouldn't be free.
And I don't see how he'd be making money out of ice.
We could make an impressive ice
But it's a
sculpture.
novelty.
It's a novelty in these parts, as you say.
It's what you're talking about is above my board. I'm sorry, I'm not involved. I'm not getting involved. There's enough. You're probably one of those, aren't you? One of those criminals that
No.
things are getting
Sorry,
in right place.
sorry about my friend here. What was your name, darling?
My name is Josephine.
Josephine. Well, thank you very much for the water and the information.
That's quite all right. I don't think we really parted much information, but okay.
You told me where to find the mail. But cool, thank you. Goodbye.
Toodaloo.
I would like to point the party's attention to the fact that we have a grand total of around 200 left in our entire adventures coffers.
Okay.
Let's do
200.
something about that, then, ain't ya?
It's just under what is it? Just under 300 gold pieces entirety.
I can lend you some at very competitive rates.
How much do
If
you
only there was a
have?
spell, comes your money.
I am a
I've
little
got
even.
200 myself.
I've got
Yeah,
25 myself.
Your nobility. You should have
Ooh.
so much at your disposal.
We haven't discussed that, I'm afraid.
Easy come, easy go, I'm afraid, Hodgkin. You know? So,
Yeah.
you know, Tiny Hut isn't looking so bad now, is it? Hmm?
Also, the other thing is that we can ask to meet whoever runs this place and offer our services in exchange of, like, not a suite, but at least a room to stay here. So this might help us. If he hire us, then it might be easier for us to know the mayor, because apparently he must be a well-known citizen since he has such a big hotel. So it might be a good idea to try and meet him first and see if this is the way that we can actually meet the mayor.
While you're thinking about that, I'm just going to tell you one thing that I've actually planned for you while you're in the city here. Because there are several factions at play, there's several things going on in this city. It's not just black and white, straightforward thing. You will earn reputation with one faction and lose it with another very quickly and very easily. And that's all going to add up to how this plays out in this city. Not in the game overall, but in this city, it's going to work. You need to earn the right reps.
I would like to point out to you guys that if I could just silence the lady behind the bar, we could just take the drinks.
Well, that's awfully. Why am I doing that voice now? She's not around. That's awfully messy, Logan.
Do you not think it might be?
Messy.
Do you not think it might be better to just go to a cheaper pub?
Also, to be fair,
Why are you
I
spoiling all my fun?
I don't care about the drinks. I do care about a nice room here and maybe some reputation in order to help us with our adventure, with our goal. I don't think.
But if it comes to it, I think between us, we could probably get up to one of the windows if you wanted to try sneak in a bit later.
And at the very
Perhaps.
last resort, then maybe I could intervene.
We'll think about that as we get there.
You think
We won't roll it out at this point, but yes, perhaps let's try another tavern. We might find I've not got contacts, but I'm generally pretty good at picking up when there's mercenary work around. You know the type of people.
my kind of people.
So we could see. We can talk.
If you want to head out, the other options were the Frowning Star, which was described as being a complete dive, the Mysterious Wolf, quiet, quite low key, and the Howling Spirit, which is the one which is the front for the gang activity. Bit of a working man's pub.
Yeah, if we heard the howling spirit earlier, it was most unsanitary.
That was just the guy's feelings on the place. That's how it makes him feel.
What's the closest one to where we are?
Oh, blimey. It's such a big place. I don't think it's going to matter too much. You're closest to the Mysterious Wolf, the low-key one.
Well,
It's right over by... and you would see it. It's a very tall feature. It does tower over everything else. The airship dock. And that's in the southeast quarter of the city.
That might make sense to go to. We could always end up meeting Harriet there if we stay long enough. It's the airship dock.
How do you guys want to
same
sort of
point.
describe
There's
city
a-
stuff? Because
Go on.
I said, how do you want to describe city stuff? Because I think it's going to get very mundane if I'm going, oh, well, this one's in that quarter, that's in that quarter. Do you just want to go, yes, you go there, and then,
Unless
we deal
something's
with it that
happening
way rather
between,
than...
just generally we just go there.
Yeah, because I think it's a bit mundane, and it's like, oh, you go this way, and then maybe that way, and it's just going to get boring, isn't it?
One thing that's in my head is, although it's a dive pub, that could be a front, maybe we could earn some coin there whilst we are there, either taking on jobs or some sort of bets, competitions, games with others.
But it depends on the jobs. Do you mean the Howling Wolf?
The one that was described to us as a front,
Yes,
wretched
Howling
hive
Wolf.
of scum and villainy.
The Howling Spirit.
The thing is that if we take jobs from there, it depends what jobs they are. Because if they are criminal jobs,
If they are what job, sorry?
if they are criminal jobs, I am not sure that I would like to.
But if it
Do
gets us
something?
money to further our cause, which is the lesser evil?
Well, I guess we can see, and it depends on the job, maybe.
Let's take a vote. Do we go to the dive or do we go to the mysterious wolf, was it?
The neutral pub has chance of being frequented by people from all walks of life. The high-end pubs will only be frequented by the high-end, and the low-end will only be frequented by the low-end. So if you want a mixture,
That's
I
a
would
good
go to the
point.
middle one.
I imagine if we went there as well, you'd feel at home, Logan. I mean, it's you. You can talk to them criminals fine, no problem. And totally forgotten your character name.
Lily?
Lily.
Really?
Yeah. Lily, you can talk to the nobility, the upper class, we can spread out a bit, get our feelers out.
Yeah,
What do you
I'm
reckon?
happy to try and have a chat here with the owner and see if there is anything that we can do to help. Maybe this will give us some access and information from the upper classes and maybe the mayor.
I think you're right with we should depart here and go to the other place with Walter's voice of reasoning, but having a quick word with the owner or the manager on the way out, like a true Karen, would get us far. But it certainly shouldn't be me who does that. I'll end up getting stabby.
I am happy to talk, and also I'm happy to come back. Like if we cannot stay here, maybe we can arrange a meeting and we can come back wearing our best clothes and maybe trying to get some, make ourselves known to them and maybe dispose ourselves to them. Like they can hire us for something, so it might help us for the cause if we want to get an army and not pay somebody to just come for the money to help with the cause, then maybe it is a good idea to talk to them.
Yes, that sounds good to me.
We always got to go with the voice of reason. What happened to a little bit of hacking and slashing, guys?
We can do that. We can do that. So we
We
can do
can do some
both.
hacking and slashing.
Yes,
Well,
but
there's a time and a place, Logan. Come on.
It is difficult
If you're
to
that
recruit.
desperate, we can. Go on.
I was just observing it is difficult to recruit allies when you invade and kill everybody. Maybe talking to people
Yes.
first might be some way forwards to gathering allies. If they're already dead, they are less useful than if they are still alive.
That's a good point. And if you're that desperate to get in a
if people
fight, we can
don't
see if there's a
talk,
fighting pit.
if you get them close to the dead side, they tend to talk.
I don't see how. I agree with this point, and I'm always up for hacking and slashing, as you saw before.
Or
But
maybe my blood's just boiling from earlier.
but I don't know. The thing is, I don't know how it will help. Like sometimes we need to have a little bit of diplomacy in order to gain like a proper army rather than maybe some hired hands just to help us, because I'm not sure, but I believe that people who come as allies, they are fighting better rather than somebody who just comes for the money and they don't care for what they're doing, because they can easily change sides, especially where we're going. If these people, if they are corrupted, they might change their minds and come against us.
That makes sense. I've seen a fair few turncoats going in the past.
Josephine comes over to the table and says, how are you doing with your water? The maitre d's asked if you're willing to actually spend any money here. If not, you might just have to leave.
Actually,
We're not a charity.
we understand that, and we appreciate that, and of course, this is how you have to keep your business running. But we were wondering if we can speak to the owner of this place, because we just arrived in the city and we would like to know a little bit more about it and see if we can be any service to him.
Oh, I'm afraid the owner isn't here. The maitre d' is in charge today.
Okay, can we have a talk with him?
Yes, Jeffrey's just on the door. You spoke to him on the way in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay. So
Logan,
we'll head over to
do
Jeff.
you not want to do that? But
Yeah, we should do that. I should just be kept away from it because she called us charity.
that's all right.
She didn't call you charity. That's not what she
As
said at
we
all. So
as
they're
we're
not a
walking away,
charity.
Yeah.
as we're walking away from the bar, is she still there or is she bustled off somewhere?
Well, she's just clearing the table if you're leaving it.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're at a table, not at the bar. Okay.
Can I sleight of hand a bottle of something?
That's what I was thinking. But
From over the bar.
Yeah.
If you
Maybe she
want
was
to.
making a drink or something similar.
Well, there would be bottles of spirits and wines. Yeah, if you want to sleight of hand, you can see if you can do it.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh, not that one. That one. A 15? Oh no, 19 with my modifier.
You slyly look upon over your shoulder and see that she's on her back to you and just leant over, wiping the table. And you sort of lean over, looking, make sure no one's watching. And you take a bottle of some spirit and just shove it in a bag, perhaps, or
In my bag of
underneath.
holding.
Well, you're not wearing a coat. You're
The back of
not wearing armor. In your bag of holding, yeah, in your bag of holding. Why not?
What was your sleight of hand roll?
Mine.
Yeah.
It was a 19 in the end.
Okay. I don't know issue. I was going to be appreciative, but I didn't see either.
I had a thought actually. The last episode, you made a point actually, Logan. You said to put your bits in the bag of holding, the weapons in the bag of holding, and then give it to the guards. You could have made the point to put all of your stuff in the bag of holding, everyone's, because
naked.
only you would know how to take it back out. Because if you can't take stuff bag of holding out of a bag of holding without being the one that knows what's in there to take it out in the first place.
That would make sense.
So you would have it would have been fairly secure, to be honest, to leave it with the guards rather than harassing them. You could have saved yourself a whole lot of hardship.
I'm glad that it's here. And he taps his big sword. I would say we run.
And everyone looks at him like, "Who are you talking to?"
just in thought. I say we head towards the exit way, and on the way past, the more diplomatic among us can speak to the Senor Toff over there.
Maitre D,
That's
Jeffrey.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
What,
As he
what
sort of
are we
walking
asking
past,
him?
he says, good day, gentlemen. Good day, my lady."
I believe your name is Jeffrey.
Yes, that's correct.
Jeffrey, I'm Lily Tilsit, and my companions, Logan. I'm sorry, I don't remember your surname.
I don't have one.
Okay, Keenan
Berry.
Or do you?
and Boulder, and
Mum
we are
Norris.
just wondering if we can meet with the owner of this place, because we just arrived in the city. We are we're wondering if we can be of use of the owner here, because we are a very successful adventuring party, and we can, if you have any
Well,
issues, we can help maybe in.
let me stop you there, my darling. I'm afraid the owner is on holiday at the moment. He's not here. I've been running the place myself. I have some staff below me who have also been helping in the running of this fine establishment. But yes, unfortunately, he's not here. We do have some job vacancies in housekeeping. If that's something that might interest you.
We're not talking something about like that. We're talking about if you have any problems or anything.
Oh, no. We have no problems here. No. And if we do have problems, we just throw money at it. I mean, this is how the upper classes
You can
work,
always
isn't it?
throw
You just
money.
throw money at them.
Exactly,
I
that's why
mean,
we're
are
here.
you saying
You
if
can
I
always
cause a
throw money
problem, you're
to
going to
us.
throw money at me?
Yeah.
No, you, my kind sir, would probably be the problem.
And
And
you
we'd
would
have to
throw
throw
money at
money at
me?
something to sort you out.
I
No, we
mean,
wouldn't throw money at you to sort you out. We'd throw money at something else to sort you out.
Exactly, that's why we're
You
here.
could throw money at me to sort him out.
Yes, and me.
Well, I don't know. Is your friend going to become a problem? A problem that
Well,
we need to
not
deal
for
with?
now. Not for now, eh, Logan? But
Well,
do
I'm
tell
rather
me,
pleased
do
to
you
hear
know
that.
of any kind of bounty board or work board within the town square that we could gaze upon?
Well, I'm sure there probably are, but I mean, I don't really get a chance to venture out into the city like that. But yes, there probably are bounty boards and such the like. I mean, Lord Taylor himself, he's not very happy about the crime in the city, and you might find
Who is?
work. Well, you might find work dealing with the Fletchers. I mean, they're the biggest problem at the moment.
What do you mean? Who are the Fletchers?
Oh, they're the family. They call themselves the Black Hand. They cause all the problems in this city. Seem to think they're taking over. But, well, I'm sure the
So,
Lord will do the right thing and set his men upon them eventually.
Is this a way for us to see the Lord? Because we might be able to offer our services and help with this issue that you have in the city.
Well, I don't think you'll get an audience with the Lord Taylor anytime soon. You must certainly, I suppose, approach the guard, but you're going to have to be very careful about who you approach. Some of the guards, you see, are in the pockets of the Black Hand, and so if you approach the wrong sorts, you could end up on the receiving end of some rather ill intent on their part.
And
Of course, if you speak to the right ones, then you might get somewhere.
this is where this is the reason I'm talking to you, because you seem as if you know very well the city, and also you seem that you are a very noble man, and maybe.
Let me give you a word of advice, my darling,
Mhm.
before you continue. The Lord Taylor wishes to see the Black Hand dealt with, but the Black Hand are very rich and very influential within the city, very powerful people. Be careful who you speak to. Certainly, if you wish to subvert any kind of power away from them. You see, some of us are also in the pocket of the Black Hand. I mean, after all, how do you think this place does so well?
Oh, nice to know that.
Listen, this is free advice.
Mhm.
Believe me, I don't like the way they operate. I don't believe in their methods. Frankly, I find them abhorrent and disgusting. But it keeps my boss, my employee, my employer, sorry, very well off. And so I will not speak too ill of them. But just be careful who you speak of. Take this as a free lesson.
I
People in this
understand.
city, a lot of people in this city, are in league with them, and not all will look over things the way I will.
Thank you for your advice. It's very helpful.
You're welcome.
Yes, we appreciate it. Well, it's truly been a pleasure talking to you, sir. But we will be on our way.
I will leave you
Likewise.
with a greeting of my people in the utmost respect. And he'll leave.
You just love aggravating people, don't you?
I need to kill somebody.
I shuffle him out
podcast
the door.
listeners,
As you're shuffling around,
for
it's like, I
podcast
told you we
listeners,
should've-
Logan's giving a 2-finger salute.
Oh yes. As we go, I'm like, I told you should have let me sort him out. And he also nudges Kanan and is like, looks down at his waist and just opens the lid of the bag of holding a little bit, just so Kanan can see the bottle. And it gives him a wink. He's like,
But
Well done.
he wasn't a bad person, was he? He gave you some free advice to help you on your way.
morality
Logan-
is questionable.
Logan,
You don't have to be a bad person to be a twat.
Logan, also, I have to add here that I am with you with everything you say, but let's first see who is who, and then we can start killing.
I'm down with that, and I'm going to have some of my drink whilst we get to the next place. Also, the title of this episode is You Don't Have to Be a Bad Person to Be a Twat.
I don't think I can get away with that on the various media outlets.
Okay, so where are we heading?
Should we go
Should we head to the other inn to make it a third one? Oh no, that we haven't been to the second one yet, have we?
I can't remember.
Are you
we
there,
did decide
Wolfer?
to go to one.
I am here.
Listen.
I'm just astounded that the demon consorting magic user should be the moral one of the party.
We may have our roles a bit mixed up here. I say
Okay.
I'd like to go to the dive, but if people think it's a better idea to go to the mid-range and get sort of all walks of life, that's not a bad idea.
The mysterious wolf.
Yeah. let's head
With
there.
some direction from locals, you arrive at another pub. Quite long, a long building, not particularly tall this time. It's fairly. What's the word I'm looking for? It's fairly modest. No. Slate roof, as most of these buildings you start to notice in this area are. Not no thatched roofs, nothing like that. And you enter in through a wooden door with a porch, and inside is a fire going, several tables of people, and you see there are elves, there are dwarves, there are men, women, all dressed in different ways. Some are well dressed, some are casual, some are obviously poorly dressed. They perhaps are the lower working class. And they're all drinking and talking amongst themselves. Some tables sort of shouting to each other. The bar is very, again, more assuming, an oak sort of bar top with some stools against it, and then barrels of ale against the wall poster where you just where there were spirits and wines and stuff. And this owner, I'm just looking through my notes because I've made this city so big. I've got so many notes on who's who and where they are. Where did I write down who he was? I don't think I did. I think I was just going to make it up as I went along. No, can't have done. That's not like me. Make things up as I go along.
What's this drink that
It's
I've got? by the
No.
way?
The drink you got was like some kind of like vodka or something like that. A clear spirit.
Would it, with it being where it's from, would it be worth a high price elsewhere?
Could be. Could be. Yes, so the person who runs this is a woman. She's dressed like any sort of working class person might be in like a very class divided society. It's maybe like a puffy kind of dress, that sort of thing. I don't know. She's got hair all sort of like done up in a bun. And her name, well, you'll find out her name if you ask her, I suppose.
Well,
But she sort of sees you coming in, and she's rubbing a cloth in a mug. And you can go over to her if you want to, or you can take a seat, whatever you want to do.
Logan will storm in and be like, "Hold there, slum scubbledy wench, what's your name?" I don't know why I'm Irish.
Oh, that's not a very nice thing to say to a lady now, is it?
What's not a nice thing to
My
say?
name's Lara.
Lara.
What did you be wanting?
A menu of drinks.
A menu of drinks? Well, it's
indeed.
very simple, you see. We got ale, stout, whiskey, and ale. And maybe some mead.
What about
Well, I'll have one of them.
something a bit
Well, if you want
stronger?
to, I can make you a lovely cup of tea.
I think I wouldn't be wrong in saying that our companion Walther here, at any point, he gestures to Walther, would love a pot of tea.
Oh yeah.
Would you like a cup of tea? Go on. Go on. Go on, you know you like a cup of tea.
What have we got
Go
missed
on.
out?
If you have tea, I will certainly have a cup of tea. Yeah. Maybe with a sandwich. That would be also nice.
Okay, I can do you. Yes, I can do a sandwich and a cup of tea. Anything else for anybody else?
Do you have anything stronger than mead and ale? A strong wine or a spirit?
Well, the lady
No,
said
not
whiskey.
really.
I'm sure you
Oh,
said
yes, that's
whiskey.
true. Yes, I did say whiskey. I did say whiskey.
Whiskey.
You can have a whiskey if you like.
I'll have a double whiskey. And I'll
Lovely.
take something to eat too.
Anything, you name it, we'll make it.
Roasted
I'll have
pork
We've got a very
a
good
sandwich.
cook in the back.
A mug of ale and a
what?
packet of knickknacks.
Packet of knickknacks, okay?
I'll have
You
a,
have-
Sure, we can
a
figure out what that
roast
is.
boar sandwich.
A roasted boar sandwich, did you say?
Aye.
Okay, I'm sure we can find some roasted boar.
Do you have any wine?
I'm sure we can figure out. If you want some wine, we can conjure up some wine.
If you don't have, I will get an ale. But if you do have, I would like some wine.
Okay, I'm sure we can sort out some wine. Yes.
Okay, and can I have? Actually, I would like to have the same sandwich as Logan. It sounds
High
delicious.
five!
She writes it all down
Oh,
and
wait,
she
it's that way now.
bangs on this window behind the bar, and this wizened old man with a huge beard sort of leans out. This for the party, please, food wise. Oh, and can you conjure up a wine as well for our elfin friend? And then the drinks that she's able to pour, and the cup of tea, or the pot of tea, she makes that behind the bar. And then you see the wizened old man, he reopens the hatchway and passes out a glass of wine.
Mm-hmm.
The food will be along shortly. Take a table, and I'll get it over to you. Okay?
Thank you very much. Really appreciate that.
That's okay.
Cool.
So,
we, yeah, we are
So?
we're busy eating and drinking.
No, no,
well,
no,
you haven't
no,
got your
no.
food yet. You got your drink. You haven't got your food yet.
So yeah, so I guess we find a table, have a seat, and looking around. What sort of people are we seeing in here?
She was really accommodating.
I bet we're all
See,
going to
You're
get the
seeing-
same
I have no
food.
murderous vibes for her. Jeffrey,
No,
on the other hand,
eventually, all the food, exactly as you asked for, comes out. The wizened old man brings it out to you. He's wearing an apron. Doesn't seem dirty though. He doesn't seem dirty like a normal cook might be. He's just
Even the spicy
brought it out.
knickknacks.
Even the spicy knickknacks. He asked for it and it came.
I mean,
Well, this is impressive.
why is this place not doing better than the other place?
Who says it's not doing better?
That's a
Just
fair
in a
point.
different way.
Yes.
It's a different vibe, that's all.
Well, thank you, Mr.
Oh, he's gone. He's just dropped it and gone.
Oh, thank you, Mr.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so
Well, this is impressive.
it certainly is. I've never seen that. What is that you're eating?
Um,
Is that a delicacy from somewhere?
I mean, Mom used to make them. I've never seen them anywhere else before. It's I find it surprising that they're here.
Okay, so I would assume we're all tucking into sort of our food and drinks. And what's the kind of plan from here? Who are we talking to? Who are we after from this place? We all know it's
We
not
should
me
definitely try and
ask.
grab someone. We should definitely try and
Well-
grab someone from the Black Hand just to sort of get the other side of the coin,
Yes.
so to speak.
Yes, we should.
Before long, a man does come and sort
Ugh.
of nudge it. He's oh, for God's sake.
Not on the knickknacks!
Caesar salad sauce.
I'm just taking my silence away.
A man comes shuffling over and sort of budges into Keenan's chair. All over the knickknacks. And he sort of stopped. Oh, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Who are you? You all look an interesting bunch. Care for a tale?
Yeah.
Oh, by all means, have a seat, good sir.
Ah, excellent. Yeah, did you?
This is some
You-
random who
you
comes
look
up and
at the-
falls into, and you're like, "Ah, sit down, mate."
What's his problem? I thought you wanted to hear a tale.
Oh, I'm all for the tale. Sorry, I've just not had enough grub and ale in the last couple of days, but I'll remedy that in a few moments. You carry on.
Ah, I used to be like you know, an adventurer, till I took an arrow in the knee.
We had to go there. We had to go there. He's gonna.
I
Logan's
used to
gonna
be a
signal
member of
to
an
the,
adventuring party.
to the barkeep steward lady and just tell her to get this fella an ale.
She just sort of looks at you and shrugs her shoulders. And anyway, because I used to be an adventuring party, but well, they all died a long time ago, unfortunately, on our last adventure. Did you know, just outside of the city here, just down on the south, on the other side of the south entrance, there is an old cultist's hideout. It's a great cache of treasure in there.
Cultist, you
still
say?
that-
Any
sat there
any
waiting.
particular cult?
Well, they used to worship Orcus.
Orcus. What a
I'm sorry, I haven't given you my name. I am William McPherson. I used to be a local adventurer. I'm too old now. My
And what
time
was
has
your
been and
Your
gone.
specialty, Mr. McPherson.
Oh, I used to be a bit of a map maker myself, a cartographer.
Oh.
I used to find all the places that other people didn't know were even there. But yes, there's an abandoned cavern down there where these cultists of Orcus used to hide out. I believe there's still quite the prize to be found in there if a party were willing.
How
Or
come
how come
you?
you've not got it yourself?
Yes.
I'm too old for these things. Too old.
You say you used to be a map maker. Do you still have those skills?
Oh, skills, yes. Something I used to possess many
Skill.
moons ago.
Would you potentially be able to create a commissioned map?
Well, anyway, it's been lovely talking to you. I'm afraid I must start thinking about getting off. But take the road south. Take the road south. Look in the bushes somewhere along the eastern side of the road. You'll find a trail, I guarantee it. And he stands up and merges off into the crowd.
When he does that, before he leaves, because that was a very quick change of his mind, I kind of look around to see if he's looking somebody or if anybody's looking at him. So if if he saw him, he just start.
Well, the interesting thing is, as he gets up and sort of merges into the crowd, and you look around to see if you can spot him, he's gone, completely vanished. Boom! He's as if he was never there.
Mm-hmm.
Just put the knick-knack I was holding down. What? Yeah. What was that?
I mean, I just wanted a map.
Did I just see the ghost of a plot hook? Well,
I guess if I do detect magic in here, it won't be very polite.
You can cast a spell in there if you want to.
It doesn't have any sort of outward signs, does it, detect magic? So
I would like to do detect magic, and like when I realize that he's vanishing, like he vanished, I would like to do detect magic and see if there are any traces of magic on around us, or maybe maybe he shadow stepped or he did something.
Yep. You cast detect magic. You see faint auras of it from certain patrons in the pub. So a couple of maybe the elves, one or two of them might have magical auras. Perhaps one or two of the dwarves as well. Not so much the humans, but no, there's nothing indicating that this person was magical in any way.
Or food? Does it have anything that comes out? Or
Your food is very magical.
is it magic mushrooms?
Every plate in this place is glowing with magic aura, including your glass of wine.
I was suspect. When she said we will see if we can do something, I was suspecting that something like that would happen. And what school of magic is it?
Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. It's whatever. It'll be conjuration because it'll be What you can probably glean from it is the chef is actually a wizard and he's just conjuring up meals and stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking because when Keenan said that only his mother was doing these things. I suspect that. I think this food and everything is conjured in here, so I think that's why he made the food Keenan that your mother did.
Well, I guess it's a damn good business plan.
Mm-hmm.
He's not using any raw ingredients. There's no outgoing expenditure.
does magical food sustain you?
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it would do because you can use conjure food wherever you want to. It's like Hero's Feast. That's a conjured meal, and that gives you benefits.
Fairs. Well, I don't know about anyone else, but my my murderous side could be slaked by looking through an old abandoned cultist lair.
Yeah, if there is a loot, I'm up for it.
Certainly running low on funds. With that sort of loot, we could get although there's nothing wrong with this place, just even if it's one night with a nice suite and a bath and everything at the other place.
Unless it is a trap.
Then we get to make some blood.
Yes.
Logan, you grew up in the fighting pits. Why do you want a room with a suite and a bath? You're going soft on us or something?
I don't, but I know you lot would appreciate it. I just want to get my hands dirty.
Then I will prestidigitate some dirt onto your clothing. There you go.
By that I mean, I miss the itch of the fight.
I
Well,
don't think I
sometimes
can
I've gotta be honest.
prestidigitate fleas.
It's as you say, you miss the itch of the fight, you start to notice an awful itch in your trousers.
What?
What?
As you open, sort of trying to look down and see what is going on, why you're itching so much, your pubes have turned into tiny little snakes that are biting you.
What? Why?
It's the demon come back to haunt you.
Oh my god, no. That thing. Why? Why
You-
is
you
that
hear
still
the
a
voice.
thing?
You hear the voice in your head saying, "You thought I'd forgotten about you, didn't you?"
Oh my god, make it stop.
Logan, are you okay? What's
going
happening?
on?
I need you to roll a d4 to see how many days this is going to last for.
Days! How splendid.
4 days. Of course.
Oh no!
Roll a d6.
Oh, what's the D6 for? 5.
The mental
They're venomous.
problems.
You take 5 points of piercing damage,
Oh,
and each day you need to roll that for 4 days.
Oh my god. Has
Listen,
anyone...
you drew from the deck of many things, and the deck of many things said it's a demon is going to make your life hell until he finally decides to kill you. He's had you nearly shit yourself to death. Now he's having your pubes turn into snakes.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and try shave.
Doesn't work. They just come back.
I was going to say, please make him do a dexterity check first.
It's like a hydra, like you cut one off and 9 more sprout.
I'm not going to be so cruel as to make a dex check. They just come back. They start cutting them. They just grow back instantly.
Pubedra.
He's gonna go like straight back to the table, like, the fuck, guys, the fuck is this? And just like, show.
And a woman on an adjacent table looks over and goes, "Ah!"
it's alright.
Well, Logan, I thought you would have known what a penis is by now.
Wizard man, can you help with this?
So can we see? Sorry, can we see that, or is he only the one who sees it?
Oh no, everyone can. If he reveals himself, everyone can see it.
I'm like, oh, this is very interesting. What the hell is that?
I can help you a little bit. Every time you're sure of that, I will prestidigitate some faint musical notes to give you a little mini fanfare.
Oh my god. I ask both
I cast the
Walther-
light cantrip on the.
I'm gonna ask both Walther and the magic man behind the bar whether there's anything they know of or anything they can potentially help with.
Wolfer?
No, I don't think there's anything I can do for you.
Speak to your friends again. What you did? You spoke to spirits and stuff. Get rid of this.
I'm afraid Zinalaton might die laughing, and I'm quite dependent on him for the access to the magics.
If you ask the man behind the bar, or the wizard in the kitchen, should I say, he will tell you that you'd be best off finding a way to summon said demon and bind it so that you could face it one-on-one.
Oh, yeah, I was reading the book on that, but I have not yet finished it because I keep getting interrupted with my reading, Logan.
This book you started reading to help me months back.
I have read it for 5 days. There's still a couple of juicy chapters towards the end, you know.
Read it. Read it soon. In the meantime, let's go to this southern trail.
Well,
Do you want to take a
Hawks-
quick 5-minute break before you head out?
We can do.
yeah, can do.
Grab a drink.
Well, I'm just thinking it's easier for me for the podcast to have a definitive.
Yeah.
There's the break.
In that case, here's the break. We'll be back momentarily with
I definitely need a definitive.
the definitive with the snake pubes and the demon cultists, and what will happen next. Find out shortly. Welcome back to Vaybaba Season 2, Episode 16, Part 2. I now have snake pubes, thanks everybody, as well as a lifted bottle of
Snoobs.
nice liquor. Corbs, Walter is nicely sat there drinking a pot of tea, and we'll go over to Mike.
Yes. Sorry, I'm
Elven
dealing with my customers.
whiskey.
Right. Yes. Now, Dan, were you going to say something before I interrupt and say let's take a break? Oh, I meant.
I don't remember.
So probably not then. Okay,
I mean,
that's fine.
yeah.
If you had, well, if it was nothing, then yeah, you can head out of the city again via the south gate, whether you harass those guards, and they probably look upon you and they're not very happy with you. But same time, you did what you had to do, and you got in. You head on out, and you're heading down the road south again. I'm going to need some kind of a perception or investigation to try and find the bushes with the old track leading off away from the road. You can do it as a party if you like. You can all contribute towards it.
I'll certainly contribute.
I rolled a 4.
16.
I'm on a 16 as well. So can we take advantage
Cool.
actually with Bane as well? Because we're all doing it.
Why?
What?
Why?
I don't know. Is 16 enough?
Well, what's Volto got?
I don't know.
Well, he's just having trouble with his character sheet. Yeah, I brought my tea with me. Why not?
With the teapot and then sipping out the
Try
spout.
the clay stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe us? Ask their dishes.
Then I will be rolling in the hay. I got an 8.
Volta and Keenan are both sort of looking around. I can't see nothing. Nope, definitely not. But Logan and Lee, you are sort of wandering very slowly along the road, and you start to notice, these bushes, they're overgrown, but it's like perhaps there's some sort of pathway there. And you do, as you sort of press through into the foliage, you do notice an old cart track leading away into the woods. And success. You head up the trail, and it goes up for a few hundred yards. And at the other end, you find like a big bank, a big bank in front of you, and then an outcropping of rocks where the trail seems to end. You can maneuver some of these rocks away, and you start to see there's a door in there, a very old, rotting wooden door. And if you open the door, you see there's some steps going down. The steps are actually carpeted, but the carpet itself is also rotting and wet. Disgusting.
Yeah, nice.
Not very nice. Yeah, very slurpy. As you come down these steps, let me see now. There is a large brazier in the middle of this room. It's unlit, but it dominates the chamber. There are 6 stone pillars along the length, so 3 on the left, 3 on the right, with 2 benches directly ahead of you on the other side of the brazier. There's an altar and an obscure dark entity on there, like a statue or something. There's a wooden door to your left. Anyone got a passive perception of higher than 16?
I've got 16 dead on.
You got 16 dead on. You notice on the eastern wall, so directly ahead of you, basically, is some different coloured bricks. And then to your right, so to the south, is a passageway leading off. I've given you some information there, but I should have said anyone with dark vision would know that. Logan, you don't have dark vision, so you probably want a torch or the light cantrip. But I'm sure you've probably already figured that out, so I'm not going to... We must make the light cantrip. I think one of you can cast light, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, he
I've
usually
got
lights
light.
something of mine up. Can I light the brazier?
And you can light the brazier, yeah, of course you
that'll
can.
do. I'll set
Yeah.
fire to
You just
that
can't
thing.
take it with you.
Yeah, you just can't take it with you, yeah. So yeah, there's a passageway. To the south, there's a passageway. Directly ahead on the eastern wall, there are some oddly coloured bricks. And to the north is a wooden door.
Mike, sorry to interrupt. Just quickly, I'm just seeing here how you calculate the passive wisdom, passive perception.
Oh, that's a great question because it always confuses me. Passive perception.
So it's like it says that you add the wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus plus 10. So mine is 18. I did because I had only put my wisdom modifier plus 10. I didn't add the proficiency bonus. So if I
bonus
did
perception checks is wisdom modifier. So it's your wisdom modifier plus proficiency bonus.
plus 10.
The passive perception. Yeah, passive perception is 10 plus perception bonus. So whatever 10 plus your perception is.
Is it 10 your perception or is it 10 your perception? Is it the perception, the wisdom modifier, and the proficiency bonus?
It's always it's one of those. This is
I
one of
knew the
those
answer to this, and now
passive
you've completely
perception.
confused me.
I'm always confused.
Yeah,
about
no,
that
but
song.
the
don't
thing
think
is,
it's
passive
proficiency, is
perception.
it?
Passive perception is one of those ones which is so confusing to calculate. Everyone gets, or at least everyone questions it.
Isn't
a
it
quick
just
Google
10 plus
search.
perception?
Yeah, it's 10 plus perception. From what I can tell from the way this is worded. The player's handbook example is first over wisdom 15 proficiency in perception. Yeah, it is. It's 10 plus perception bonus.
So mine is 18.
Yours 8. So you would also notice the door, or not the door, the different coloured bricks on the opposite side. Let me just have a look at this one. The player's handbook example. So the bonus to perception checks is wisdom modifier plus proficiency bonus. But that's not passive perception. That's just passive. That's perception with a bonus. So yeah, 10 plus perception bonus. There you go.
Thank you. Sorry. This is because
No, that's all right.
It always confuses me.
Whenever. No, it confuses me every time. Every time I create a new character or anything, I always have to Google it because it's not even that clear. I don't think in the player's handbook. It's confusing, and I think that's a problem across the board with a lot of the written materials for 5e. There are some very easy yet confusing rules based on the way they're written.
I saw something up and coming about the new player's handbook coming out, a new edition, the other day. Whether it's going to be a revision and be
I'd
like
imagine
kind of a
they've-
5.5 or whether it's a 6, I'm not sure.
It probably will be.
The way
It
the
probably
3
will
went to
be because there
3.5.
has been a lot of. Yeah, It probably will be a 5 point something because it's as I said, there's a lot of people have been confused over a lot of the wording in the standard 5e PHP.
Rules as written and intended and
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's
Anyway.
why we as a group kind of just go with
Just go
at the
with the
table
flow.
ruling sometimes because it's easier. I mean, what's that thing from Pirates of the Caribbean? The rules are only a guide.
The rules are more what you call guidelines.
That's right.
The code are more guidelines than actual rules.
That's the one. That's the
Exactly.
one. Beautiful.
Exactly. But it sums this up, doesn't it? It sums it up. So for anyone watching, or listening, if you're a new player, then please, just do what we do. Just go by the
Fun
rules, but
trumps
make your
rules.
own up as you go along because it fits easier. You know.
We've done tests
Anyway,
in
back
this
to the.
campaign that are
Go on.
absolutely 100% impossible, but they were fun and they were cool. And if the party kind of agrees with it and Michael will allow it, we've done it before. We do things that.
Oh yeah, I mean, you see it all the time on like D&D UK on Facebook. It's just people arguing over the way something's written in PHP. It's just like, why worry about it? Just people get really upset. Oh, my group didn't do this or my group didn't do that, but this is the way it's written. Well, just who cares?
Just forget
you
about
want.
it. Carry on.
Exactly.
So,
And that's what we're going to do now.
does anyone have any specific they want to do? If not, I'm going to do something really stupid, as usual, true Logan fashion.
You may.
Did you
certainly.
say there was a statue or a figure set in it somewhere?
On the
The
altar.
dark entity thing. That's what I want to go touch.
Yeah, could I
Well,
maybe
yeah,
do an
you can go
Arcana check on it first?
I suppose.
You can do an Arcana check.
He stops like inches away from it. Is this okay?
As you do so, it's just a statue. It's not. There's nothing magical about it. It's just a statue, as I say. It. You could probably do a history or some sort of like a religion check on it, if you wished. But I would say you have advantage on that.
While I'm like really
Maybe.
up close to it, can I see what it is of before he does his self check?
Well, no, make you.
The history check is 19.
Oh, nice.
It would depend on. Well, make a intelligence check for Logan to see
I
if you
just
can
meant
sort of also
what
nail
do
it.
I observe rather than doing an actual check? As in, what do I physically see? That's all I meant.
Well, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing a test of your memory, basically.
Oh god, we're screwed, guys. That's not bad. A 19.
Yeah. So you and Volta look at it, and you can both agree with each other. You're looking at a statue, like a little statuette of Orcus, and you remember. The reason I said you have advantage or memory because you might remember it from the recovering Keenan from the
From the dream state
From-
thing we were in, yeah.
yeah, from the the purgatory.
We met Orcus.
Yeah. Well,
You did. It was in the second to final fight.
the one that.
It was in Keenan's past when he was Warforged
Mm.
atop
Okay.
the Black Obsidian Tower in the Hell Plains.
That's the one.
It was on the mission the Warforged went on to try and seal Narfiliac away.
Yeah.
The suicide mission.
So,
Sweet.
is this altar where people would have been like sacrificed or something? What do you guys think?
Well, there's a point there. You don't see any evidence of that.
In the pits, there was all sorts of stories about this, but I thought it was just to scare children.
Can I do a survival check to see if I can see any old marks of sacrifices or maybe I don't know,
Yeah, I mean, you can go for it.
Generally,
It's
signs
a
of
relatively
life.
low DC.
What did they say? It's 14. Survival, sorry, 14.
Yeah, there's no evidence at all. There's no old blood or anything. No tools, no marks on the altar or nothing like that to suggest that someone was murdered there.
And it looks like abandoned. It's not been touched for a while.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could. Well, I think you'd probably discern that from the fact that the whole thing was sort of boarded up with
Yeah.
rocks.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're relatively safe in terms of enemies down here, unless there's local wildlife or booby traps.
We can have a look. This area here where the bricks are different color. Maybe there is an entrance, but maybe we should
Oh.
check before we open it in case there are traps.
Yeah, I didn't spot that. That's good. Let's have a look.
Good idea.
I start like tapping my pink umbrella on random bricks.
A pink umbrella.
Yeah. Come on, get
Is
the
your name?
reference.
Where's that come from?
Is your middle name Hagrid?
Rubius
His middle
Hagrid,
name what?
keeper of keys.
Keeper of
and
keys,
grounds at
grounds at
Hogwarts.
Don't know what.
Oh, this is Harry Potter. I've not seen Harry Potter. I don't like Harry Potter.
Oh, each to their
Oh,
own,
when I was
but,
in
yeah.
when I was in secondary school, we were forced to read the bloody first book when it came out. I hated it.
Did you? Oh God.
Yeah, I really didn't like it. Anyway, never mind.
Yes.
We move on.
Yes,
Um,
we investigate.
yeah, I
the
mean, you
brick.
could. What do you want to do? Do you want to investigate these oddly coloured bricks, or do you just want to press on and see if you can?
I think I'd like to investigate.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on the statue thing just in case.
Okay.
So for mine is 11. I don't know if anybody else wants to try.
I am pretty good with investigation. I don't know why I'm Jamaican, but I got a 10.
So you're not that good.
I'm
How about
usually
Volta?
pretty
Anything
good.
Volta wants to do?
We need a ruling at this point for this is something
Has
I've
Steve gone to sleep?
No, he's got a bad sort of earache at the moment, so he's kind of there.
Oh,
backing
right,
up,
okay.
That's all. We need a rule going forwards as a kind of house rule. When I've noticed it a few times, when we do a check, we go through no particular order. Myself does it, Lily does it, Dan does it, Steve does it. We need to either a person do it, maybe with advantage if they're getting help, but it doesn't make sense for us all to you check, okay, you check, okay, you check, and we're just going to keep checking until we get it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the way we usually do it is I'll ask one of you specifically to do it, or I'll ask you as a group to do it. And if you're doing it as a group, it's the average of,
That sounds good.
how many high rolls to low rolls, above or below
I
the
didn't
DC.
realise that, but let's do that. I like that.
I tend to just, if you're all rolling, I tend to take, as a whole
that's good.
rather than
As long as we've got
each
some
person's
form of
having a
system.
stab at it.
I like that. I didn't realise we were
No,
doing
that's
that,
right.
but all good.
Yeah. But as it goes, you have a little jiggle of these stones, and they all seem fine. And you can start to displace them. And what you notice is a passageway leading beyond, but it's obviously dark.
Beyond.
So you might need light cantrip or torches to go further in if you don't have dark vision.
I would like someone to cast light on something I have, if that's possible.
Okay, I will cast it upon your pubes.
I knew it! I fucking knew it! In my head, I was thinking that's what's going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to... In true medieval style, you know your bricks have just got sort of the crisscross of lace at the top. I'm just going to loosen that so just the pubes shine through.
Is it just
And
in his gentleman's areas it is afflicted by snakes, or is his underarms also similarly affected?
No, just his gentleman's area. But they're not very happy about being exposed to the cold air down here, so they start biting harder on your John Thomas.
Oh, they don't like the cold, do they? Interesting.
Logan, I see you're really shiny.
It's so shiny.
Don't do it. It's not my fault. Somebody else did it.
The passage isn't very long, and you see it opens up into another chamber. And this chamber does have chests and barrels within it. From this point on, I'm going to need to know: are you acting normally? Are you trying to be quiet? Are you being particularly loud?
Well,
it does have a bearing.
I'm squeaking a little bit as my gentleman area is slowly gnawed away as a bright light emanates from my trousers, but other than that, general movement for me. I've seen no evidence to be sneaky, if that makes sense.
Trying to hold in a little giggle as I go along, but otherwise being quite quiet. I feel, however, prestidigitate Logan's trousers into a little bit of warmth.
A little bit of...
warmth to ease your suffering.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
You know?
Eeny, miny, meeny, mo.
Eeny, miny,
Lily,
meeny,
roll
mo.
me a... Eeny, miny, meeny, mo. Lily, roll me a d20, please.
Eeny, miny, mo.
Eeny, miny, meeny, mo. I don't know.
No.
I did roll in the 20.
And what was your
Is that-
score?
12.
A 20?
12.
12. Sorry.
That's okay. She was opposing something for me.
Oh.
Oh.
Cool. So you find yourself in a very small chamber.
The Patriot.
With several, like I say, chests and barrels in it. And from the dim light you can see from the light cantrip, and if you have dark vision, you'll see it a bit. It leads off further east down another passageway. But this room, as I say, has got some various bits and bobs in it.
I would like to search the nearest chest.
Me too. Like
You would like
Seattle.
to search the nearest chest. That's
certainly
fine.
I hold my
Hold on.
crotch to see if it's locked to the area. Just like do like a pelvic thrust to see if it looks safe.
And it's a mimic.
Well,
Hello.
let's just verify. Let's just verify. Are you opening the chest or are you investigating the chest?
Well, I was pelvic thrusting so that I could get a better view of the chest and then opening it.
Like when you swing a lantern around.
Mike in chat wishes
Let's
to
see.
know whether it affects the taint.
Snakes.
Maybe some closer to the back are finding their way up his
Oh,
back
God.
passage.
No,
I don't
whoa,
know.
Wait, whoa. I have never been so tightly clenched in all of my days, I'm telling you.
So you're all quite tightly bound in there. Logan is going to attempt to open the chest. I need you all to take 6d6 force damage as the chest explodes with magical energy.
Did not any. Do we not have any saving throw? Dex or anything?
Nope.
No.
6d6.
You're all tight. It's a tight little room. You're all right in there.
Is it 36 damage?
19 damage to me.
Why?
Are we rolling it then?
Oh, do we
Okay.
rolling it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Roll your own damage. I'm not going to roll it individually for you.
Oof.
I'll be here all day doing that.
Is there at least something inside of the chest now that I've been
Oh, fuck.
Well,
forced upon?
hold on. You'll find out in a moment. Let everyone do their bits. No pun intended for you.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, shit.
I rolled mostly 4s, so that was fun.
Oh, mine were like 5, 5, 6.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, God, what are you doing? Just wait.
You can now. You've triggered that trap on that chest. Open it, if you wish.
Yes.
And
Logan.
inside.
Logan, this is why we check for traps. Oh,
Not hurt, Logan.
You find
Consistent.
a book.
A book? I
A
can't
book.
read.
And the book.
Don't open the book, please.
Oh, you can't read. So you might, if you pass it to someone that can read, on the cover or on the spine, it says the magic on summoning and binding of demons.
I mean, I'm hoping this
Tome of
doesn't,
magic on the
I'm
summoning
hoping
and
this
binding
doesn't
of
do any
demons.
sort of harm, but this is what he would do. He would literally find a book and he would just go and then
No.
pass it to them.
No, no. I just.
No, it makes no difference though.
Thank
You'd have to
God.
read it to get anything from it. You also find 4,000 gold pieces,
Ooh. Yes.
2 potions of greater healing, and a +1 dagger. Well, it's a dagger. To you, it looks like a dagger. It has some strange black substance on it. It would require identification to figure out what it is.
Mhm.
I've forgotten where it was in your inventory sheet.
Jason?
How do you react to the dagger with a strange black gunk on it?
I am 100% picking that shit up, man.
Do not lick it. Do not lick it.
It's only on the blade. Is the good thing for
Could
you.
someone note down the
That
stuff?
makes no
Because
difference.
for some reason my sheets froze.
Yeah.
I'll stick it in the Discord later on if you want.
Yeah, cheers.
Anyway, the explosion was enough that I'm going to need you all to roll initiative.
Oh. Wait. What? Oh, no.
What was the other treasure bit? 2,000 gold and
It
something else.
was
No.
4,000
It was so you had
It was 8,000
the
gold.
magic, a tome, an old tome of magic on the summoning and binding of
Yep.
demons, 4,000 gold, 2 potions of greater healing, and a +1 dagger of. Oh, not gonna tell you what it is because you so identify. You nearly
Close.
got me there. You nearly got me. I see what you did.
A dagger of daring do.
Yeah. Let me find.
Dark dripping dagger of daring do.
That's the one.
I like
Sorry, now I
daggers.
have to
I've got a
swap
little
keys.
collection
Why
of
would
them.
you do
It's
that?
very nice.
Well, this could be a new dagger for you. Let me roll initiative for the thingy.
The thingy.
The thingy. Okay, Logan, what's your initiative, please?
The grand old 8.
Lily?
13.
Was that 13, was it? Yep.
1, 3. Yes, 13.
Yep. Yeah, I thought that's what you said, yeah. That's why it's all bloody static. Keenan?
11.
11. And Volta?
14. 14.
14. No problem. I'll put that one there then, because that's no bonus to him. What's going on here? My computer's done something weird. Hello. Yes, could you? Thank you.
Computer.
Computer. Okay. Let me just see how this is going to react. For the moment, it is Volta first. You are noticing a trembling in the ground.
Trembling in the ground. Is this in the chamber that we're in, or is it every?
It's just a trembling in the ground. You don't know where its point of origin is.
What joyous! Then I'm probably gonna back out of the little chamber into the bigger chamber and hold my action in case anything comes that looks rather nasty.
Yeah, so you can. But it's very close. It's not. The passageway is a short distance back to the main chamber that you came into to start with, so you can easily get through there. It's only about 10 feet of your movement. Lily.
Sorry, because I didn't hear it well. What happened? So we rolled initiative, and what happened?
There is a rumbling in the ground.
In the jungle.
Is it
Welcome
coming
to the
from the corridor that it is after this room?
You can't tell what its point of origin is. You just feel a rumbling at this point.
Okay, I will hold my action too and be ready. And you come in.
You want to be ready to attack or defend or cast a spell.
I think attack.
Okay. If you're holding an action, then you get. Oh, hang on. I need a picture of it so I can describe it to you. What it looks like.
These nuts.
Oh, hello. What was that? I just jumped on the floor.
That was so awkward.
Oh, bugger. Hold on. I've lost my dice.
Oh
I
dear.
just chucked it on the floor somewhere.
You got nothing
Hang on. 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds.
Why?
I don't know.
This auto self-destruct Iron Man. The mask over your shoulder
Yep.
looks cool though.
This one.
Does it light up?
I used to use it when I went to pee in the middle of the night.
Please tell me you wore it.
I wish.
Sorry.
Can you see?
I thought my dice had done as the man in the bar did and disappeared.
It's like for wall mounting. Yeah, so it's like it's flown through the wall.
Okay, are we ready? This creature bursts out of the ground in front of you. It is three-legged. This huge lump of not scaly skin, but kind of like lumpy, bumpy skin, huge mouth where a neck and a head would be, a single eye in its chest, and then 3 protruding arms coming out of its body. It's reddish in colour, and it bursts forth. And Volta beats a hasty retreat, so it's going to go for Lily. You're up for this one, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
It bursts forward, and it gets a multi-attack. It makes 3 claw attacks and 1 bite attack. So, without further ado, it attempts to make its first claw attack with a 17.
Hits.
Hits. A second claw attack with 16.
It is the same. It's equal. So does it miss?
That should hit if it equals. And then 3 won't hit. So that's 2 with its claws. So there's 1d6 plus 3 slashing. That's 3. That's 6. 6 plus 8. Sorry. That is 14 slashing from its claws. And it comes in for a bite attack. So it sort of leans over and this big maw of pointy teeth comes at you. And I'm guessing that's going to miss as a 11.
Yes, it miss.
Yeah, that's cool. So this big hideous creature lunges at slashing away, just catching her. After that, we are going to go over to Keenan.
So we're still in the chest room, so it's quite tight.
You are in the tiny little chest room. Oh, yeah, it's very
Yeah.
tight. It's only it is precisely 10 feet across by 10 by 10, in fact.
Jeez.
And this thing's erupted out of the floor in the passageway to the east, not the one you came by.
Okay.
The way you would have progressed.
All right. I will. I'll hold my action. If it comes into the room, then I shall strike it. Until then, I shall give way to magic.
It's pretty
user's
much in the
blast.
room anyway. I mean, it's pretty much in the room anyway. You're going to be within melee range.
Oh, in that case.
I say it's kind of like it's erupted basically right into it in an attacked Lily.
Okay. All right. I shall smack it a couple of times. I'll pull the quarterstaff off my back and try to lay into it. That's good. That is a 22 to hit.
It hits.
See, that's 11 points of bludgeoning. And then
bludgeoning?
I bring the other end of the staff round to sort of try and clock it on the side of the jaw.
Cool. It doesn't really have a jaw, but yeah, like right on the side,
of
its side. If anyone's interested, the monster you're fighting is a Zorn, an Xorn. Zorn. If you Google it, you'll see what it looks like.
A Zorn.
Yeah, second attack is a mod 20 to hit.
Oh.
Only just hits.
Oh, Jesus. Why can't I do maths? 12 points of bludgeoning.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah,
You smack it a few times.
I'll
Smack it a few
chuck
times.
a key point into that to try and do a stunning strike. Where have I written stunning strike? It has to make a save of some sort. I'm trying to find it. Stunning strike. When hit, con save, please.
Con save. That is a 9.
Hey, he fails. He is stunned until the start of my next turn.
And stun means he can't react or anything. Is that right? Or he can't do an action or something
I
like
think
that?
it just means, yeah, he basically doesn't get a go.
Yeah.
I'll check that.
That's fine. I want it. I think you're right. I think he doesn't get a go. So increase incapacitated. That's cool. So he's incapacitated, basically. Sweet. So you whack, 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 and he sort of takes the hits. He's a bit. You can see he sort of takes them, and he's maybe favouring that side where you've hit him. He's not got a whole load of hit points, but the stun, he sort of staggers backwards, perhaps, in shock of the hit. Who is after Keenan? It is Logan next.
Logan is going to try and strike at it with a 19.
That is precisely its AC, so you just hit.
Woohoo! Is it classed as a
However,
fiend or
he
an
has
undead at
damage
all?
resistance. Eh?
Is it a fiend or an undead at
So-
all?
He is not a fiend or undead. He is, however, resistant to piercing and piercing and slashing from non-magical weapons that aren't adamantine. So,
I'm
unfortunately,
using a magical
you're
weapon.
gonna. But it's not made of adamantine, is it?
Maybe not.
No. So your weapon attacks will be at half damage.
Okay, so it's a 8 damage, and I would like to.
Is that? Did you half that already?
That is at the half, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Then I would like to stab it with this little slimy dagger.
Ooh, okay.
I've got
I
no
don't
idea
know
what
if
to
you
roll
would.
for that.
Well, you're gonna have to roll as always to hit. It doesn't require.
The hit is my first
Sorry.
nat 20 of the night.
Ooh.
Look, it's there.
Doesn't require attunement. This one. So you got a nat 20. So obviously crit rules, max damage. Then you roll for roll for damage. So it is a normal dagger. So I think a normal dagger is probably D6.
A D6 plus dex.
D4, I think, isn't it? A dagger?
D4 for a dagger. So maximum D4 plus 1, so 5. So then roll a D4 and add 1.
Is it a dex weapon or?
A dagger
Yep.
Yes.
probably
Yes.
is a dex weapon.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
it's doing 10 damage on this one,
Oh, finesse.
Mm-hmm.
and then a D4 with a 4, so just 10 and 10. I don't know whether it's gets resistance against that or not. I've no idea.
So 10 and 10. Yeah, so we half 5. No, 10 and 10. So that's 20. So we down to 10. Does 10 damage. And then the other part of it, I'm not going to tell you because you haven't identified it. You don't know what happens next. I'm going to roll this for
Do
you.
I see anything physically happen?
You see it kind of reels from the attack, not from your sword as much as it does the the stabbing from the dagger. I just need to roll the damage for it. But like I say, because you haven't identified it just yet, I'm not going to tell you what you're actually doing.
No, that's fine.
6, 12,
Daggers are
halved,
finesse, so you can choose strength or dex.
strength or dex. Okay. So that's additional 12 points on there.
You can also throw them. Dagger.
Cool.
Dagger, dagger, dagger,
And I
dagger.
just want to check what that condition does.
It's just a minigun.
So you've hit it. It's definitely been affected by it. Okay, so you hit it. It's definitely been affected by it, but you just don't know what you've done to it. Beyond Logan, if there's nothing else, then we go round to Volta, who has retreated to the other room.
I have retreated to the other room, so I'm hearing some brouhaha coming out of there, and I can't say anything.
He bravely ran away, oh brave Sir Volta.
I think I walked away. I bravely walked away. I could walk back, I guess.
A leisurely canter.
Leisurely sort of, maneuver. So yeah.
Beep, beep, beep.
Visual range of where things are happening.
You could certainly look through and see. You'd be seeing the back of the other three guys, and you might see this creature through them.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. So, can I see them enough to launch see it enough to launch an attack on it? Or
You could certainly launch a magical attack.
then I will launch shocking grasp at it. I think, just for funsies.
Nice.
No,
Along
it is
comes
not.
the glass of shock.
It is not nice because it is a 16.
16 to hit, unfortunately, does not hit. It's enough that the grasp envelops it, but it's able to shrug off whatever magical effect you're trying to impose upon it.
The hell?
That was him.
So I told
shrugging
you,
off.
the AC was 19.
No, I was more about the little noise that followed. Dan,
That was the creature shrugging off the effect.
is that what
He's
it
like,
sounds like? Bloody hell.
Is there anything else Volta would like to try?
No, that will do.
Okay. In that case, after Volta, we go to Lily.
So what is happening with that? Now that we hold our action, do we do something with that or?
Oh, you held an action, didn't you? When it emerged, you could have. I should have said you could have. You were trying to hold an attack, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So you should. Well, make 2 attacks now then to make up for the fact you didn't attack.
Okay.
Yeah. When you hold an action, it goes off when you get with whatever the trigger was. So in your case, you're holding an action to attack it when it emerged. So that's when your trigger was. But make 2 attacks now just to make up for that.
Because I've got dual fighting. So I have one attack with my main hand and one attack with my second hand as a bonus action.
You do.
Does this mean that I do 4 attacks? I mean 2 main, 2 off.
Yes.
Yeah. Do it as if you were taking 2 goes in one go.
Also, if you've got dual fighting, you also get to apply your bonus proficiencies to your offhand, which you normally don't.
What do you mean?
So when you've got dual fighting, normally if you don't have it, you can make your main attack, and then you can make any offhand attack anyway. Anyone can, but you don't get your proficiency bonus on your offhand. If you've got dual fighting, you still get your dex bonus or whatever on your offhand as well.
Yes, okay. So, off. So, the first main attack, it doesn't hit. The second one is 19 plus 8, 27.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah, as long as it's over a 19, you hit.
So, the first one, the second attack hits. Again. Oh no, this time. Yes, this time. The first attack hits, the second does not.
Okay, so 2 hits.
2 hits, but can you do a constitution check, please? DC 15.
Yeah. Oh, I nearly lost my dice again. What's going on with me today? 6, Constitution, 12.
Okay, you lost the constitution check. How many hit points does this creature have?
It has 28 left.
Okay, so it is slain instantly as my sword tears its life force from its body.
Mike's face just dropped. He was
No, it
like,
didn't.
it had 28, and you said it's slain instantly. You just went,
It's not an
Did I?
It's not an undead or construct, is it?
No, however,
Yeah.
only thing I'll say about that is you're using piercing or slashing weapons which aren't adamantine. So any damage you're doing to it is halved.
No, that doesn't make... So it is called the 9 life stealer sword. And if you score a critical... a critical hit.
Ah.
Sorry. not a critical.
So what?
Sorry,
No.
yes.
So what was your damage? That's all right. What was your damage?
My damage, I will do it now. Sorry, yes, I didn't say that.
That's all right.
Damn!
Look, he's got his smile back now.
It's
There's my
alive.
camera. There's my camera.
11.
11. Did you have that already or not?
What do you mean?
Was that the total damage you did?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll call it 6.
So let me have a look something.
Okay, so he's still looking fairly health-ish.
So
So-
I cast upon luck on my second sword to reroll the attack roll, one of the attack roll that I missed from that.
Okay. And is that an action or a bonus action, or can you just do that willy-nilly?
So this is called the luck blade. And
Okay.
you can use the luck if the sword is on me.
Okay.
Reroll one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw you dislike.
Cool. Okay, go for it.
Change dice, maybe it's. Whoop. No, it doesn't hit.
Okay. So it is going to be the creature's turn, the Zorn. It had to go at Lily last time. Logan dealt a fair piece of damage to it, but Logan's not here, so there's no point me trying to.
Hey, Mike. I'm sorry,
Hello.
but I think he's stunned.
To the end of your next turn. Yes, he is. So he can't do anything. You're quite right. Well done. Good
Ruining
remembering.
him for you.
No, I really should. When you do these things, I should just write down stunned rather than just not writing it down. That's cool. So it is Keenan's turn.
Oh, okay. That came around really quickly.
It did.
Yeah, I'll hit him another couple of times. He's not looking too good, is he?
He's not looking too good.
I'm gonna hit in like vaguely where the genitals might be, and then try and like shove my staff down his throat a bit to try and like choke him.
Okay.
That's a mod 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
I need to check that because that seems quite high. 11 points of bludgeoning.
Then
shoving down his
that's
throat.
it
Oh,
didn't really enjoy you his go now. That really hurt it.
But the second attack trying to shove the stick down his throat is a 11, so that doesn't hit.
That doesn't hit. If there's nothing else from Keenan,
No.
then it will be Logan.
Logan is going to stab at thee with his sword. 24
Definitely hits.
with a 12. And he's going to follow it up with another strike.
So 6 points of damage.
Yeah, the second one doesn't hit. Then he's... Ow. Come on, move, stupid sheet. And then he's going to use his extra attack for his class for 20 with 11 damage, so a 5.
How would you like to finish it?
Ooh. I would like to... Again, we'll go for a pelvic thrust as a distraction technique, and then I'll ram my sword down its open mouth gullet thing.
I like to think you probably like leap into the air a bit like a dolphin, like like shaking backwards and forwards, thrusting your pelvis as you come down with the sword straight down its throat, impaling it, and finally its flailing arms sort of fall to the side and it slumps down onto the ground, and you have beaten the beast. It is 11:15. would you like to save at that point,
That sounds like a
and
good
then
idea.
conclude? Well, we're going to be playing again on Thursday, aren't we? So we can carry on with this sort of little mini dungeon on Thursday. Let's see what else we
This,
discover.
We will go to. Do you want?
Hang on,
sorry,
hang
were you
on,
saying something,
hang on.
Bana?
I just wanted to add, can you make a note that Lily would like to, after she like the business kills, she would like to investigate the other tests or stuff for loot.
Investigate. I'll put investigate chamber. I'll put / monster. I don't know what you want to do roughly, but I'm hoping Steve's gonna send me this file tomorrow so I can try and get it processed for
Tonight.
people. Yeah, I mean you can do it tonight if you want
Yes, anyway. Okay, so although you can't see him, he's been here today. He's been a bit under the weather, but he's here, so that's great, and thank you. So, Steve Cobbs,
Cheers.
Thank you, Steve.
So lovely.
we got Captain Danface as Kanan up there.
That's me.
I don't know why his camera's moved, but you can see a bit
I'm
of
so
my screen as well now. We've got Asepatenesis down as Lily. Thank you.
Thank you.
She's so
We've got
wonderful.
Gingerbeard up top as DM. Many thanks to him. Kudos,
Oh,
writing the
pardon
story,
me.
putting up with us lot, and occasionally
He's so fortunate.
ruining my day and farting and things like that. But I've been killed in
He's a big, he's a big baby. That's why.
Die. So, from me, thank you very much for watching. This is my new kitty, Opal. It's clammy.
Aww.
But thank you very much for watching, and this will be sent over to Mike for editing later, and it'll appear on the podcast, the YouTube, everything else, and on my VODs. Probably end of tomorrow, maybe day after, something like that. It won't be long anyway.
Oh, we'll definitely be on YouTube by the end of tomorrow, but whether it'll be on like podcast, I don't know.
As soon as editing's done, it takes as long as it takes. We've all got real lives.
It takes as long as it takes.
But thank you all for watching, and we will see you same time next time.
Bye.